Okay, a little bit more involved factoring. Remember what I said last time? If you need to apply like an AC method, that's usually done on scratch paper. You don't want to do AC method within the problem because there's many steps of that. And you don't want to have to keep writing the problem over and over and over and over again. So, like here, we see, starting with the first fraction, the GCF is 1. Is that clear? For the numerator, yeah? Now, because there are 3 terms, I'll check that for you here. So looking at the starting here, GCF is 1. So we move here. How many terms? 3. So we're factoring this form. Is the coefficient of the A here, right? It's the coefficient of the square term. In this case, the square term's coefficient is not 1, right? It's 3. So now we follow this path. So the method is find factors of AC to multiply A times C that add up to B, right? AC method. All right, so let's go back to our notes. All right, so I'm going to do the factorization. Probably you should do it too, just below down here. And what we're doing is once we figure out what that's going to be, that result's going to go up here for that numerator, right? So down here, I'm going to take the 3v squared minus 11v minus 20. We're going to find A times C for that, so that we get negative 60. Now we want 2 numbers that multiply to negative 60 and add up to negative 11. And what numbers are those? Yes? 4. Correct, yes. So 4 and negative 15. Good. So now we split the middle term using those. I'm going to place the negative first. 15v, then plus 4v, and then minus 20. Group. Out of the first group, we can factor out 3v, and then we're left with, okay. Now I'm going to, there's not much work to do here, but actually from here we know we can actually tell what the answer is going to be for that factorization. So watch. Now I don't know how many people actually watched the trial and error video that I put up, but in there I discussed this, what I'm about to show you. So, and I'm going to finish it off, but actually right here, this first piece gives me the first part of the factorization. So up here in my answer, I know that the first part will be v minus 5, or at least one of the factors will be v minus 5. Now, what I'm showing is kind of like, it's like the AC method combined with trial and error. We're factoring 3v squared minus 11v minus 20. When we FOIL, the 3v squared is going to come from multiplying v times this other first term, right? So if this is v, what must this be to get 3v squared? When you multiply 3v, right? Okay. Good. And then the negative 20, where does that come from? That comes from multiplying the last term with the other last term. Well, if this is negative 5 already, then what times that will give you negative 20? Well, this is our, we want it to equal a negative 20. This is already negative, so the other one must be positive 4. And that's how it should factor. So I discussed that again in the video, so feel free to use that technique because I just need you to be able to factor. So it doesn't matter if you don't finish it here in the scratch work. You can partially start it, use that first part to get that, and then figure out what the rest needs to be based on your numbers over here. Now let's finish this one so you can kind of see how it actually is that. So now going back to the AC method down here, for the second group, what would you factor out? 4. Oops, let me put it back into the original color. All right, so we take out the 4, and then what's left? And then you see now when we factor out that v minus 5, we have 3v plus 4 back here. So once you get to this part, you actually know part of the answer for that factorization. right, let's move on. So we got that one now. So what about for the denominator? What will be the GCF of the denominator? Wait, GCF. 1, okay. Now 3 terms. I'm just going to walk through this one more time. So GCF is 1, 3 terms. This time the coefficient of the square term is 1, right? So now we move here. So now it says find the factors of C. So find 2 numbers that multiply to C and add up to B. Correct. So for that to work, oops. So V and V. So we said -5 and 1, +1. Okay, moving to the other one. GCF of the numerators, second fraction is 1. The coefficient of the square term is also 1, right? So for that, we just need to find, once again, 2 numbers that multiply to this and add to this. 1 and 1, yes. So that factorization is going to be V plus 1, V plus 1. Okay, and then the GCF of the denominator. Too fast. V, yeah. So now take the V out first. So if you take the V out, you're left with 3V plus 4. And here you're done factoring because notice both of these are first degree. I mentioned before that if they're all first degree, then you don't have to factor any further. You stop there. Now we look to see what will cancel. So we see first with the first fraction, right up and down, the V minus 5s. Diagonally, V plus 1s. And diagonally again, the 3V plus 4s. And then for this first fraction, since everything's gone, remember there's always 1s left behind here. So this first fraction is going to be 1. Right? That's all 1. And so therefore my answer will just be V plus 1 over V.